lack of information, understanding or misunderstanding, um, miscommunication, in fact, lack of information and lack of understanding, miscommunication, cultural norms over times and hindrances while making some decisions, right? Social comparisons, toxic work cultures, managing relationships with key stakeholders, convincing everyone and seeking approval from everyone. Very problematic. Desire for control, negative emotional reactions. That's the one that got highest votes. And these kind of challenges may lead to anxiety, low self-esteem, potential loss of personal brand, and chronic health issues if it persists. Right? Because all the time, if we are taking difficult decisions and if we are in that challenging environment, every time we uh, think of making a decision, there will be stress. And once in a while, it's okay, but if it is a constant stress, it will have its own impact on all aspects of our lives: personal life, professional life, mental wellness, physical wellness, everything. And it is hard to be feedback seeking when you are wired to be validation seeking, right? And this has its own impact. And then consequences of decisions may drain out our energy, obviously, when it is a difficult situation and when we are making the decisions that is not liked by some of the people. And it always happens, make a decision, not all 20 people will be happy with that. We'll have to remember it. We cannot convince and get the approval from all 20 people. So when they are made with the perspective of convincing and seeking the approval from everyone, it is a lot of problematic, and we cannot ignore at the same time the resistances also. So that puts an indirect pressure. And what are the strategies for making a sound decision? A regular approach. We can see it in almost all corporate environments and wherever some uh, well-built organization is there, which has a strong set of processes. You will see something similar. Okay? These are in general, I am putting here, clarify your goals, objectives, and priorities before making a decision. I'll quickly go through it as most of you are very much aware. It's obvious one. Yeah, and then gathering as much information as possible, identifying the gaps in the information, doing research, etc. Analyzing your options. Once all the data is available, once that pros and cons are understood, you can have the list of options, the prioritized list of options, and have some discussion with the key stakeholders, and finally making a decision. So judging based on the data, experience, intuition, etc. Right? And in between, there might be assessing risks and uncertainties, what would happen in case something doesn't turn out as expected. Consulting others, of course, the experts in that domain who have come across it in the earlier stage, and also being prepared to adapt, being flexible, and having a contingency plan and ready to rework certain things, replan. Reflecting and learning, of course, once we make a decision, we can always go back and see what went, how it all turned out to be, and then make some lessons learned out of it. So we end up with having a thoughtful decision, right? And it's a generic one in most of the systems. But can we observe here? This is the big question. Where is the element of humans here, human mindset in this entire process flow? Do you think we are missing something in this approach? What else can we include? These are all generic steps. Few steps more or few steps less. Every organization would have their own approach.
Comfort level and inclusiveness.
comfort level and inclusiveness while making a decision. Okay, sounds good. Right. So taking the feedback from others and making it a consultative decision or democratic decision rather than a single person's decision. Yes. Anything else? Okay. This is from organization perspective, but it all relates to our personal life as well. In personal life also, you'll have to make a decision, right? When 3 or 4 family members are there, or 10 or 12 family members are there, we'll have to make some difficult decisions. That time also, whatever the differences are there, whatever the consents are there, whatever the information is available at a high level, it has to be put together and um, have some different options, and then finally make a decision after knowing what are the risks and uncertainties with each of those options. And of course, we'll have to consult some of the lawyers or the known friends, family friends and all, and also consult the, because they are the experts, right? Taking legal opinion, etc., and then being able to adapt to making certain changes based on what happens in future. Here is the question: what if the person who is making a decision is not in the stable state of mind? For example, the person might be, the person has to make a decision, maybe the owner of that process in the organization level, or owner of that role within the family environment or social environment. What if the person is not in a stable mental state, like maybe very angry, maybe in a very hurry, and the person has to go somewhere else to some other country, the tickets have been booked, the person some quick decisions before he or she goes. Or maybe the person is in the under the influence of something like maybe alcohol or anything as such, or may not be feeling well, the person might be having health issues. Do you think such a person will make a sound judgment?
Um, no, they cannot make the decision, and the other family members should be supportive and give them input and maybe calm them down first so something can happen fruitful.
So that's the first element, right? The person has to calm down before making a decision. Otherwise, the decision will not be of wisdom. It's more of impulsive in nature, right? Anyone thinks such a person can make a good decision? Can you give control to that kind of a person or that kind of a mindset? It's not about individuals, but individual state of being, the mental state of being. And reality of life is that unfortunately we make decisions in those conditions, right? We make some very important decisions under the influence of something, either in the anger or uh, when there is frustration or under the influence of something. We judge, we react to the situation and commit something during such a time, isn't it? Do you think so? Any thoughts on that? How many of you say, I had not made any decision when I was under the influence of something? Not there, right? We have all made decisions when we were under the influence of some emotional state, some burden of relationships. Because somebody said so and so, I'll make this decision. Because somebody behaved in a certain way, I make this decision. So, welcome to a new world of making decisions. 90% of decisions are in anger. Yeah, right. Swarnalataji, wonderfully said. Yeah, if you would like to share your thoughts, please feel free to unmute yourselves and share your thoughts. Most welcome to do that. We are all sharing our experiences only, right? Our life experiences, not debating what is right, what is wrong, etc. Here, there is nothing winning or losing here. So the point is this one: where is the element of managing human mindset in this entire process? And what if the person is in an intense negative emotion? So this first approach, whatever we talked about, the regular approach, it is called psychologically, it is called uh, clarity of thoughts. It depends on the process, it depends on thinking, it depends on cognition, it depends on the logic, the flow of process, how we solve the problem, how we generate the ideas, how we interpret the ideas. It's all very helpful, but there is no control on who is doing it and what is the state of the mind that the person is carrying at present. So the second element is addressed through something called clarity of perception. Here, I, the individual who is making a decision, will have to be giving attention to something else, that is perceiving, perception of what is my experience, present moment experience. That helps us to decide if I am not going to make a decision now or not, if I am fit to make a decision now or not. If we do not make this decision, then we will end up making many other decisions. So there are uncertainties we all carry with them, and you all talk, whatever you said, whatever you voted for, they are all the contributors for uncertainties, difficulties, challenging situations, etc. Otherwise, there is nothing called labeled as a challenging situation. It's all because of all these elements that contribute to it. It becomes more challenging. There appears something called mindfulness or self-awareness. When this gets added to the uncertainties, then emotional stability arises. There is an uncertain environment. I develop my self-awareness at this moment, present moment of awareness, the perception. What are my sensations, feelings? What is my mind state? Once that mind state, that clarity about the mind state arises, that emotional stability happens, then I'll be able to be open for anything, all inputs. I'll be able to focus on what I need to do. I'll be able to be calm, empathetic towards others, towards what other person is thinking about, how it affects the other person, putting ourselves in the shoes of others. with a sense of curiosity, I'll be moving, not with judgment, non-judgmental, right? And this helps to be in the state of equanimity, samachittati, samatva. This helps to make a skillful decision. So, whatever is at the top, whatever we are doing at the cognitive level, at the logical level, that is perfectly needed. There is nothing wrong with it. But it is about clarity of thoughts, clarity of logic. Whatever we have down, it is clarity of our perceptions. Because these perceptions vary a lot. And they depend on a lot on the relationships as well. When we are making a decision, we don't make decisions in an isolated environment, and we just simply do not put the decision in some paper and pass it on to somebody else. We'll have to be doing it with all the persons that are impacted by it, with the key stakeholders that are responsible for it. Right? So it will have impact on everybody else with whom I am associated. And these perceptions are so strange, right? For example, especially in relationships, close relationships, if mother-in-law says, or if mother-in-law says that when they go to somebody else's house and come back, and if she says, yeah, the idli prepared there was wonderful, it means the idli prepared by daughter-in-law here in this house is not good. Direct perception. It is heard like that, but it's actually whatever is said is different. We don't know, but it gets translated. The idli that you prepare are not good. My friend has a very good daughter-in-law. Or if daughter-in-law says, my friend has a very good mother-in-law, it means it is heard like this. I don't have a good mother-in-law. It just means so. It directly translates that way. So these are the challenges in the relationships, right? And all these relationships don't exist only in the house. They exist in the office environment also, and also in the society as a whole. The same thing is happening with our political parties also, right? If I like somebody, some political leader, whatever that person says, I take it positively. If I don't like some political person, whatever that person says, I hear it altogether differently. So where are we addressing these challenges? The first point is understanding my state of mind. If I am in the right state of mind, I'll be having clarity of perception. Otherwise, I'll go on judging, this is right, this is wrong, this is so and so, they said so and so, and I'll not be able to make proper decision at all. It will be biased decision. So here are the things. Let me put English one. Yeah, strategies for making a sound decision through self-awareness. What happens here? There is self-awareness, or in general, Western world is called as mindfulness, which is nothing but awareness of body, emotions, and sensations. It is not information, it is not self-information, but it is self-awareness at this moment. And having right intention, focus, and clarity, fully engaged and with ownership. Curiosity with a sense of exploration, investigation, non-judgmental attitude, listening, and empathy. As I said, the examples. Only if we are empathetic, we will be able to understand what exactly they are saying. Otherwise, we will not be able to understand it. Need to listen, not just keep saying what we feel like in a non-judgmental way. Presence with selflessness and integrity. Whenever we are making a decision, the presence, my existence itself, right, fully present in this moment is very essential. Right? Need to step away my personality from there. Otherwise, I will always be biased. What I think is right. Right? Need to step away from viewpoints, my opinions. Need to be open. That's nothing but selflessness. And with integrity, in the sense being showing integrity towards everything that is around me. What helps me, what helps others, what helps the overall system, the organization. Right? Calmness and stability. The steadiness, stability is very essential, fully grounded. Equanimity and selflessness. The stability, calmness, equanimity, they all go together, even though they carry different meanings. There arises intuition and gut feeling. In the background of openness and spaciousness. Only if I'm with equanimous state, selflessness, calmness, stability, I'll be able to trust my intuition, my gut feeling. That can happen in the space of openness. I'm open to all options. Making a decision selflessly, again, it is repeating, intentionally and thoughtfully, in the sense, not impulsively. Okay? A skillful, thoughtful decision will arise. Again, there was uncertainties, and mindfulness or self-awareness is added. Emotional stability happens. Openness, focus, calmness, empathy, curiosity, non-judgmental, equanimity, selflessness, etc. arise. We make a decision. This is the complete one, both from clarity of thoughts, logic, and clarity of perceptions, my own perceptions, right? Which will be trusted usually by most of the people. Next, let's see what is the difference between the two. What happens? Automatic reactions keep happening when there is no stability, when there is no equanimity. And intentional responses happen where we make intentionally some decision, not impulsively, not in the moment of madness or emotions. We can call it as roughly with awareness and without awareness. What happens when we are without awareness? Being carried away by our moods, emotions. Without awareness, there is a stimulus. Something happens, there is a stimulus, there is a trigger, and emotion arises. Suddenly, there is a reaction. Without any thoughts, reaction comes, and we decide. When we are with awareness, stimulus will still be there. But when we are with awareness, there are the other elements, remember, that openness and all, they add something like response. They help us to make a choice, responding skillfully, responding intentionally, not automatically. A reaction will still be there. We cannot avoid the reaction completely, but it will be a small part. And the moment we step back, we'll be able to respond. We can just take it back, take a step back, and here again. In between, there is a small element after stimulus, a small space, a momentary only. We need not take hours together time. It is just the moment. The moment I understand, yes, I am angry. Let me not make decision, judgment. Taking just a couple of deep breaths, it will change the decision. At least it will make us be silent, not react emotionally. Right? Open awareness, acceptance, intentions come there with curiosity and non-judgmental, whatever attitudes, many other attitudes also we talked about in the previous slide. So mindfulness or self-awareness replaces automatic, impulsive, habitual reactions with intentional and thoughtful responses instead of habitual, instead of impulsive reactions. We make thoughtful responses, intentional responses. So we discussed about it. When one is under the influence of something, be it a strong negative emotion like anger, fear, insult, intense desire, stress and anxiety, a substance, or in a hurry, the decisions would not be of wisdom, as you all agree. What helps is managing oneself, one's emotions, and developing a sense of stability in oneself before making a decision. In other words, can we call it something like it is not much about how we manage the difficult situations. It is all about how I manage myself in the midst of the challenging environment, in the midst of the difficult situations. If I can manage myself, I'll be able to manage the situation. I'll be able to make a sound decision. It may still be not agreed with everyone. That's not we are attempting here. But whatever the best decision I can make, that comes out. Right? And that's the intention here. Any thoughts, comments on that, please? Overall, this is what I wanted to cover. Any difficulties, disagreements, delights, or discoveries that anything? Absolutely no comments.
Yeah, it is rightly said that we need to pause. But thing is, in anger, giving that pause is a difficult thing, challenging. To take back a step
Yeah.
and understanding that I am in a stable state of
Yeah.
mind.
Can we say it like, yeah, very well said. Taking a pause at a time of an intense emotion like anger is difficult. Can we reword it like it is difficult to recognize the intense emotion in the first place. The moment we recognize it, we know there is an intense anger. And again, see, there are multiple steps involved. The moment I recognize the anger, intensity of it, I may not make the decision that everyone is expecting or what I am expected to make the final decision. Right? At least I will be silent in the midst of the anger. I know I cannot make decision. I'm not fit to make the decision, emotionally fit to make a decision at this moment. Just pause happens. It might happen for a minute or a few seconds. That impulsive decision will not be there. But of course, I do agree. The important point is recognizing that anger is very essential. Once we recognize, things will slowly start settling down. If we are in the flow of emotions, some emotions are coming from opposite side and they are commenting something, we are reacting to it, again somebody else is reacting to it, heated exchange of emotions is happening, then of course some wrong decision is going to happen. Wrong reaction will be happening definitely from everyone, including myself. Here I am more worried, concerned about controlling myself. It's not about others, it's about my life. I cannot control somebody else. The moment I am in the right frame of mind, the things will automatically be all right. So it's not about the situation, but it's only about myself, my state of mind, managing my state of mind rather than managing the situation, be it in the organization, in the society, at home. Anyways, any other thoughts, comments? So practicing mindfulness, meditation, it's all about recognizing our emotions. We learn so many things from the outside world, right? This is good, this is bad, I know this, I know that, I do this, I do that. But do I know what is my current emotion? Do I recognize it? Do I recognize how it is changing? Do I perceive what's happening here? That is perceivable. We are not talking about something which is not perceivable. Whatever we can perceive, be it the sensations on the body, be it the speed of the breath, be it my mind state, be it my posture of the body. This all can be perceived at a direct level. And I can perceive what is happening around me. Right, if there are no other comments, then let's go through a demo exercise. Ready? Along with a quick meditation. So here, you don't need to share anything as such, but remember yourself having come across a difficult situation where you had to make a decision, and you made a decision, some decision at that time, right? In the recent past. That will be coming during as part of the meditation. So sitting comfortably with back upright, with a sense of openness, steadiness. Don't try to understand it intellectually, cognitively, while doing some other work. If you are doing any other work, you will not be understanding it if you are not fully present with yourself. It's not about others, it's about your experience we are talking about. It is direct perception, not intellectual understanding. Noticing what's here in the legs. What do I feel in the legs? What sensations are here? How about the feelings, sensations on my body, in the middle portion of the body, in my abdomen, chest, back, both the hands, in the face? Am I holding anything tightly? Maybe forehead, eyes, the jaws, or maybe shoulders, fists, recognizing it. How about the head? What it feels like in the head. This is direct experience of the body. Now, what it feels like in the mind, noticing the mind state or emotion at this moment. Is there some kind of a confusion in the mind? Or is there clarity at this moment? It is not about events or incidents or thoughts. It's about my mind state at this moment. Am I here, present? or thinking something else, somewhere else. That is the clarity. If there is confusion in the mind, if the mind is scattered, clearly understanding this is scattered mind at this moment. In the same way, is there laziness in the mind or a kind of enthusiasm? Recognize that. If there is laziness, clearly recognizing there is laziness in the mind and exploring what it feels like, laziness. If there is enthusiasm, recognizing there is enthusiasm at this moment in the mind. It is an enthusiastic mind. Is there agitation in the mind or calmness? If there is agitation in the mind, clearly recognizing, perceiving that agitation. This is agitated mind. Not trying to fix it. It is all about recognizing, perceiving, letting it be, recognizing clearly and letting it be. This is agitation. It feels like so and so in the mind, in the body. Or is there calmness in the mind? If there is calmness, recognizing and acknowledging it, there is calmness in the mind at this moment. So in this way, recognizing the mind state as it is, this is nothing but equanimity. Equanimity is not something like some state of concentration or relaxation or peace. No, it is non-resistance, non-entanglement, either with agitation or with calmness. It is simply recognizing as it is and being with it, allowing it to be. Now, taking the attention to the breath at the entrance of the nostrils, noticing the breath that's coming in, going out. Let us notice three such breaths. Breath is coming in, started moving out, again coming in this way. Clearly recognizing and noticing three breaths. Now, bringing to your mind a difficult situation that you experienced maybe in the recent past or in the medium past, few months back or few years back, that you remember very well, and you had to make a decision. You decided something. Now, just bringing that into the mind space as clearly as possible. There is an event happening. There are people involved, All sorts of relationships are there. There are maybe intense emotions or constraints to make a decision, different opinions. Noticing what it feels like. If you feel it overwhelming at any point in time, you may choose to open your eyes or stop practicing. Otherwise, clearly recognize what it feels like in the mind, emotions, in the mind space. That situation is there. You are yet to make a decision. Don't make a decision, but just remember the situation until there is a time to make a decision by you, sharing your perspective, making your point, agreeing or disagreeing with something. They're all decisions. Keep it there in the mind space. Stop at that moment and moving the attention to our perceptions in this moment. How does it feel like in my body? What sensations are here? In the legs, in the hands, in my abdomen, in the chest, what it feels like in the heart, the heartbeat, in the back, shoulders. Is there any weight on the shoulders? How about throat? Is it dried up? Neck, is it tight? And how about the breath? Is it fast or slow, erratic? And the facial expressions and the head, top of the head. Noticing these sensations throughout the body, sensing them clearly. What is my body posture? And now recognizing the mind state. Is there agitation, calmness? Is it confused? Or is there clarity of my perceptions, clarity of mind state? Moving the attention to the breath in the abdomen, noticing the breath in the abdomen, noticing the movement of the abdomen. With every in-breath, the abdomen is bulging up, sensing it, and with every out-breath, it is falling down, sensing. With in-breath, abdomen is bulging up. Feeling it. With out-breath, it is falling down. One more breath. Feeling it. Now, let us move the attention to the whole body, noticing what it feels like in the entire body, expanding our awareness to the whole body. With this whole body awareness, taking a deep intentional breath in, feeling the whole body, breathing out, feeling the whole body, taking one more deep breath in, breathing out. Now, let us look at the situation once again, where we are yet to make a decision. Involve into it now. What do I feel like? Should I make a decision? Or should I remain silent? Or go with others' opinion? Or have my own opinion, view conveyed? Should I discuss with others, outrightly reject some of the opinions? Noticing what it feels like now. The situation is same. The environment is perfectly same. It's not much about managing that environment, but it is about managing myself in this difficult environment. What do I feel as the right thing for me at this moment in that situation? What helps others? What helps the whole situation? Can I be empathetic? Can I listen to others? Can I acknowledge and respect their opinions, even though I may not agree with them? Can I look at the overall, from overall perspective? Can I step away from my own opinion, from my own bias, from my own benefits, personal benefits? What decision can you make? What's your approach now? With a sense of openness, spaciousness, Moving the attention again to the breath. Feeling the breath in the abdomen. Noticing what it feels like in the legs, in the hands, in the abdomen, chest, throat, in the back, face, top of the head, and feeling the whole body. Taking a deep breath in, feeling as if the whole body is breathing, breathing out completely with a sense of the whole body. One more deep breath in, breathing out with this wider awareness, with this wider perspective. Let us step into the next moment of our lives. Slowly lifting both the hands up, rubbing the palms with each other, hearing the sound, feeling the heat between the palms, slowly keeping the palms onto the eyes, feeling the warmness of palms, and by slowly looking into the palms, opening the eyes with a smiling face. Wonderful. Any comments, thoughts, difficulties, discoveries, disagreements?
Yeah, as you said, when we got that incident in our mind, we definitely found that it was very discomfortable. The body was responding in discomfort way. That was there. Many kind of negative emotions or sensations were definitely seen. But I think the second time when we just try to observe that and then started, the emotions, the vibrations or whatever, the sensations were still negative. Little bit was still was discomfort, but comparatively to the first one, it was less. So I think we're still not in a position to make a decision at this time.
Yeah, that is fine. But I mean, was there that impulsiveness same in both the cases, or was it different? Impulsiveness that, yeah, this has to be done. Actually, this should happen. This is right.
Oh,
Did it
there was
change?
a change.
What it is?
Definitely, there was little change from first one to the other one. I think give a little more pause, probably. Maybe we may in a position. I think sometimes we may not be able to take any decision at all. Um, so, what do we do in such a situation?
Yeah, that's right. See, understanding that I am not able to make a decision at this moment greatly benefits. We will not make a decision. Otherwise, we will end up making a decision that we will regret later on. How many times we have done that? We decide something, we do it, and later on regret and go on asking sorry, sorry, sorry. We say something to somebody, end up saying something to somebody, quarrel with somebody, and later on laugh at ourselves why I was so silly. So, first step is understanding that this is difficult situation, and many a times, specifically in relationships, just acknowledging their viewpoints and letting them be help in a great way. No need to make any decision. It will all get sorted out on its own. Everyone is trying to say their opinions and make everyone acknowledge it. Not even agree with it, but acknowledge, yes, yes, you are saying so and so. I get your point. That's it. That's acknowledgement. Right? It helps even not making a decision many a times, right? I gave the example of mother-in-law and daughter-in-law, how they perceive. You cannot advise any of them. You cannot make a decision there. Just listening their viewpoint and this side viewpoint. Many a times not judging itself is a decision that we consciously make. It's okay for the problem to persist for some more time, but it starts breaking the shackles, whoever is entangled to their own opinion. The moment we start accepting them, we start acknowledging them basically. May not agree with it, but just acknowledge, yes, this is your viewpoint. You say so. Yes, there is a point in it. Okay, you say it this way. Okay, there is a point in it. Then it starts becoming, their strong views will start becoming loose views, weaker and weaker. And then we'll be able to make a better decision. It does take some time. It doesn't happen all of a sudden, everything. Right? And because of that reason only, many times the meetings will keep getting postponed because of heated arguments. Nothing, no decision is more important than my own personal mental clarity at the moment. If it is not there, no decision is better than making some decision. Anyone else felt anything different, like between the first instance and second instance? In the first instance, there was a level of impulses, strong emotions, and in the second one, there was a slightly different topic. Was there any difference? Anyone would like to share your thoughts? Yes, Renu.
Hi, yes, so there was a difference. Like the first time it was more gross, and the next time it wasn't. It was more subtler, the sensations.
Okay. So you were in more perceivable mood about yourself second time.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. The difference was there.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you, Renkaji. And Krishna ji, you want to say something?
what you what you have. Don't react.
Not to react automatically, right? No. The moment we react, we never know its consequences. It is like blindfolding ourselves and stepping into the road. You never know whether some vehicle will hit or not. Most of the time, it may not hit. The person who is coming by vehicle might apply brake and we might escape. But we never know whenever we react what would happen. Very well said, Krishnaji. All right, anyone has any other thoughts to share? Any comments? If not, then thank you everyone for joining the English session. We'll continue this session in Kannada next. We'll take a break for about a couple of minutes in case there are no other comments, and then go for Kannada session. Just we'll take a break for 2 minutes. Thank you. Thank you everyone for being. Have a great evening ahead.